Welcome back everyone to DIY December Day 7, where I show you all of my DIY tips and tricks in a budget-friendly way. For today's tutorial, we are going on a continuation of the seating chart. Yesterday, I showed you guys the computer aspect of how to put this together, and today we're going to go through the assembly. My last video, I left off with us sending our design through our Cricut. You probably have a bunch of vinyl sitting there all cut and you're ready to weed, or maybe you already skipped ahead and you did the weeding already. But honestly, the first thing I probably should talk about is exactly what I purchased in order to make this happen. If you go to my storefront, I have everything all listed here. I pretty much got everything off Amazon as per usual. I am very impatient when it comes to my DIYs. I like things to arrive really quick, and you know how Amazon delivery is, so that's why I went this route. And also I couldn't beat some of these prices. Now, the one thing that is not on here that I constantly get questions about is the stand I used. So this is what I ended up going with. It's actually a clothes rack from IKEA. It is currently $8.99. It was $9.99 when I purchased. I got 3 of them. One was obviously used for the seating chart, the other the welcome sign, and our rehearsal dinner sign. I ended up just going one day to my IKEA to go get them, but you can also order these online. If you'd like the direct link to it, go check out my bio for it. So my husband was kind enough to put these 3 clothes racks together for me. I figured this is probably the one project he couldn't F up, so I gave him this task. And here's what they look like all nicely assembled. So the first thing I ended up doing when I got my acrylic in was drilling the holes. This did come in a 2-pack, so I am actually prepping both the welcome sign and the seating chart at the same time. I used my 1/4 inch drill bit to do this, and I did it 2 inches from the top and 2 inches from the side. My 2 tips for this is to leave that covering on the acrylic until after you're done with this part. Not only is it protecting your acrylic, it is also allowing you to make a little Sharpie mark so you know exactly where you need to drill that hole. My second piece of advice for this is to get a scrap piece of wood and put it underneath. Not only is it protecting the floor, but it also is preventing the acrylic from cracking. The acrylic really isn't that thick, so you really shouldn't have too much trouble doing this. Next step I would recommend is to remove the backing. For right now, just remove one side, because if you do the other side, you might get paint on there, and that's just going to prevent it if it does happen to do that. Next up, you want to lay down some cheap drop cloth just to prep an area for painting, and lay both of your acrylic signs down on that. For painting the back, I did go with a small roller brush. I find it cuts the time in half, and also it's going to be less streaky when you do use one of these instead of like one of those foam brushes. And this is the quick drying acrylic paint that I did show you guys off my storefront. I did end up repurchasing it a few times. I don't remember exactly how many I used for this because I also used it for my table numbers, so it's kind of a trial and error to see how much you're gonna need. Now, I think I gave about 3 generous coats to it. I did 2 earlier in the day, and then I came back at night and gave it 1 more coat. I did find that allowing it to fully dry and then going back with another coat did help it drastically. And then for my own mental sanity, I waited for the following day to then weed out my vinyl. Doing very small letters like this can be extremely time consuming, so having those little boxes around each table number did allow me to take breaks. And as you can see, I am just pulling back the vinyl slowly and making sure all my letters are sticking as I pull back. Also, once you have all that extra vinyl, use it as like a sticky scrap collector. So as I'm going back in to weed all the letters out, I am using that to just collect it, and it makes me move quicker because it's already sticky on it. Now, once you have all of your vinyl weeded, we're gonna lay everything out and kind of strategize where we want to place it. I do use my T-squared and a dry erase marker to just measure everything out so I know exactly where I need to lay this down. Everyone always asks me, how do I measure everything out so perfectly? That is my secret. Dry erase marker, measure it, boom. And for the little title portion, I honestly felt more comfortable eyeballing it, so I had my husband hold up the sign, and he was becoming more of a perfectionist than me, so we took turns stepping back and making sure it all looked great. But here's what it should look like after you tie it up with some ribbed ribbon. So that's everything I got for you guys today on how to DIY your seating chart. And as always, make sure you're following along for more DIY tips and tricks.